OpenAI dropped yet another bomb on the world after releasing Sora, a text-to-video generator, which is just an addition to the monster that artificial intelligence is becoming. With Sora, all you need to do is type in a prompt, and it'll churn out a completely realistic video for you. The scariest part is that these videos are actually believable, which is why Hollywood stars are terrified of Sora. AI is slowly replacing the entertainment industry. When DALL-E was introduced to the internet, everyone was having the time of their lives generating random photos for their friends to see. It was all harmless fun because the images were never completely realistic. After all, it would always mess up smaller details like the hands, eyes, or background. So, at first, no one was threatened by this fun little tool, up until it started updating. DALL-E 2, then DALL-E 3, and then Mid-Journey were all replacing artists and their hard work. To make things worse, artificial intelligence basically feeds off the content that's available online, meaning it can take inspiration from anyone's work that's been posted. DALL-E 3 gave artists the option to opt out of their work being fed into the database system, because many people were protesting against this invention that might as well put 90% of artists out of work forever. But the thing is, the opt-out option is a very long and complicated process. On top of that, art was already put in the forever learning machine, so it probably made a few tweaks out of what was available to pass it off as its own. But you're probably wondering how this is related to Hollywood and Sora. To understand the gravity of the situation, you need to know the different features that AI provides. Since DALL-E was passed off as unrealistic at first, updating it to DALL-E 3 to make images much more realistic than they were a few months ago is the scary part. Sora is just the beginning. A couple of updates later, who knows the kind of stuff it'd be capable of making. The 2023 SAG-AFTRA strike called for AI-generated screenplay. When the writers and actors of Hollywood called out for a strike that went on for a big chunk of 2023, their worst nightmare was about to come true. The purpose of this protest was not to pay Hollywood's writers or actors fairly. Believe it or not, some stars from popular shows never got their royalty checks. A $1 billion deal between Hollywood studios and SAG-AFTRA stated that studios needed approval 48 hours before creating a digital doppelganger of an actor. You heard that right. If you pay close attention to some blockbusters, you'll notice that some background actors aren't real after all. But this will be discussed in detail further along the video. People found loopholes in the contract and noticed that the deal was being rushed, suggesting that the Hollywood A-listers and big shots were in charge of things as a whole. Turns out there's no clear definition of what a performer is. This meant that a character didn't have to be human in the first place, which opened the gates of hell for artificial intelligence. How did major studios respond? Well, Warner Music Group announced that they'd use AI for a biopic on Edith Piaf. It'll use artificial intelligence to recreate Edith's voice and image. They've already sent a reporter on a journey around the singer's working-class neighborhood in Paris to find what the software will need so it doesn't struggle to capture key details for the movie. Scary, right? Not only is this disrespectful to Edith, but it sparks a debate about the fate of aspiring actors in Hollywood. AI is already making its way into major blockbusters, and fans are not happy about it at all. The Marvel Cinematic Universe faced backlash for not hiring artists. When Disney Plus aired Secret Invasion, fans were furious that they used AI for the opening credits in each episode. These title cards and sequences are the perfect opportunity for graphic designers and artists to let their ideas shine. Unfortunately, the studios thought that it'd be a good idea to use AI to create the whole thing. Their excuse? Since the show had paranoid themes and the existence of humans morphing into green alien Skrulls, they thought that it'd be a good idea to show this in a way that wasn't as flawless as CGI. AI videos still had their issues back in 2023, which is kind of crazy to say out loud because of what Sora is capable of doing today. So, using AI for the opening credits was more of a creative decision, rather than a way of laying off some devoted workers. But was that going to be the first and last time Disney, a multi-billion-dollar company, uses it? Earlier in March, a movie called Prom Pact was aired on Disney Channel. Clips from the movie were spreading like wildfire on Twitter, pointing out how AI actors were used in the background. Now, they thought they'd get away with this. Because quite honestly, not many people notice the characters, especially in a movie that no one's heard of. But the fact that a company like Disney is using artificial intelligence to such an extent is terrifying. Bob Iger, the CEO of Hollywood's Juggernaut Studio, said, "It's pretty clear that AI represents some pretty interesting opportunities for us and some substantial benefits." He also showed the importance of how using AI is efficient to better serve consumers. The way they're doing this is by calling people for a scanning. They'll get paid, but their scanned images will be used as background characters for the movie they signed up for. Who knows? Maybe they'll be used again in another film after tweaking a few things here and there. Marvel was again caught using AI to promote the upcoming threequel of Deadpool, featuring fan-favorite character Wolverine. On Valentine's Day, Deadpool 3 was set to begin its promotion, but it all came crashing down when people noticed how flawed the poster was. A simple image of the two characters forming a heart with their hands was met with so much criticism, it was as if everyone had a PhD in detecting AI-generated photos. The advancement of this technology is one of the biggest threats to the entertainment industry, and with Sora, things just keep getting worse. Sora is like the final nail to the coffin for Hollywood stars. Notice how small this fiasco started. Incomplete, weird-looking photos were generated for fun just a few months ago. Now typing in a few words will give you around 20 seconds of actual footage that can be used in movies and TV shows. When the feature was introduced on Twitter and clips were being uploaded for everyone to see, people were either excited about the endless possibilities that come with it, or were terrified of what the future has in store for us. When Sora is more advanced, like how DALL-E is, people might as well give up working in the entertainment industry. Imagine, studios like Disney used artificial intelligence by scanning humans to star as background characters in movies. Who knows what they'll be getting away with when Sora is more developed? Not only are actors at risk of losing their jobs, but the countless people working behind the camera have to face the threat too. Sure, well-known directors like Christopher Nolan and Martin Scorsese won't even think of touching this software because of their love for film and cinema. But in the end, big companies are bound to get in the way of other projects. Fortunately, it will still take a lot for this feature to pass as something legit. The clips uploaded to introduce Sora looked completely real, but like everything that's AI generated, it had its flaws. Awkward angles, morphing issues, and everything oddly being in slow motion are only a couple of problems that some people noticed. No matter how advanced artificial intelligence can get, eagle-eyed viewers will find something wrong with it. But the way AI has advanced in just a year is something worth noting. First, screenwriters were at risk because of how easy it is to use ChatGPT. Then, designers were at risk of losing their jobs after Marvel used AI for opening credits and posters. Now, Hollywood stars are scared of what's to come with Sora. Film concept artist and illustrator Reed Southen says that production pipelines are way too complicated for AI to be a threat. He also noticed that the videos were rather sloppy with temporal consistency and things like additional limbs. But animation studios feel the pressure with Sora around because it's comparatively easier to replicate cartoons than humans. Some filmmakers believe that it can be used to improve the filmmaking process, but if they give it too much power, it might end up being something far too powerful beyond anyone's imagination. Let us know what you think about Sora in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.